Hello grade 11 students. So in today's video we are going to cover a VAT and creditors reconciliation. So it's to prepare you for paper 2. Make sure that you watch until the end. You're gonna learn something on this question paper. Okay, so but I want to emphasize this before we proceed, guys. Our lesson are starting from 4 December for grade 12 preparation. So don't wait for January. You're gonna panic a lot. I'm telling you, you're gonna panic a lot because the workload will be too much. So come and join and learn with others. From 24 or 25 of November, you can come and make a payment for December lesson papers. For now, we are still pushing for grade 11 tutorial. So come and join tutorial, learn from basic with other students so that next year you will never have any problem. So it's accounting and mathematics or literacy only. The other subject we are not doing it. They are going to open in January. So it's only 100 rand per subject. So come and join. Please don't miss those classes. Okay, and also remember guys, we're still pushing a agenda of 100,000 subscribers. Now we are at 82,000 when we record this video. So let's keep subscribing guys. We are reaching there very soon. Okay, so now let's start with our question. Okay, question 1, it was VAT combined with creditors reconciliation. We're gonna do both of them, and it was 35 marks and you were only given 25 minutes. Okay, Hilda Grocery is registered for VAT and the standard VAT rate is 15% and is applied on the most product. Okay, so now in this question guys, we are given the information that we have to calculate and we have some theory that we have to also apply. All right, let's start with 1.1.1, implementation of VAT in South Africa. Okay, explain why the government implemented VAT in South Africa. State only 1 point for 2 marks. So the reason why we have VAT guys is because government depend on our fund. If it's not us guys, government was not going to make any revenue. So government must get revenue from us so that they can fund items like a public school, a public hospital. Everything that done by government is because of this cash from VAT. Okay, explain why some product are zero rated product and state 1 point. Why some product are zero rated is because they are in important product that even poor people must afford it, like a brown bread. There is no VAT for brown bread and maize meal because they are discouraging business to charge more because of including VAT, and other people they won't afford it. So that's why we have zero rated. Calculate the amount payable to SARS in respect of VAT for the 2 months ended 30 April 2021 for 11 marks. So for this calculation, I prefer this one. Table like this, it's not like a T accounting. Just prefer the table like this. This side we're gonna record a VAT input, and this side we're gonna record VAT output. Okay, so guys, VAT input is when business benefited. VAT input is okay. Apologize. VAT input is when business spend or didn't benefit. When you spend, you didn't benefit anything. But output is when business receive cash. It's either you receive or you benefited. That's what we call output. That's why output we regard it as liability, because the money that you receive, you must give SARS 15%. But when you spend, you must claim, which is asset. You must claim to SARS that you have occurred some expenditure and you have to do it. You are liable to receive what we call input. Okay, so this side is when we owe SARS SARS owe us. So on the balance, number A, balance due to SARS, we owe SARS, in other words, which means that this 9,000 is this side. We owe SARS 9450. Okay. Number A, remember guys, all that we record here is VAT amount only. You don't put inclusive or exclusive. You put VAT amount only. We have a total sales, guys. Likely in this total sales, we are given both amount of inclusive and exclusive. You just have to find the difference between these two. Okay, if you find, you say it, 473,800 minus 412, this is going to give you, let me calculate, 61,800. Because we sold, we received something, we received cash, we owe SARS 63, not 63, 61,800. Okay, we receive money, we benefited from selling because we receive money. It's output. Okay, now let's identify the next one. Because now we purchase the trading stock, did we benefit? Money is gone. We didn't benefit. Money is gone, which means that we spend, in other words. So you have to say 230 multiplied by 15. They give us amount of exclusive. It's gonna be 230,000 multiplied by 15 over 100, because they give us exclusive, and this will give us 34,500. Very simple. Okay, then the next one, discount allowed to data. We allow a discount to data. We didn't benefit. It's more like a loss, because when you give discount, it's more like you are giving it free, which means that we didn't benefit. We have to record it this side. 1890 1890 multiplied by 15 over 115, because they give us inclusive in this case. This one is going to give us, all right, no guys, here they give us a VAT amount, straightforward, so we have to record it as it is, 1890. Very simple. Okay, I thought maybe they give us inclusive. Is VAT amount. VAT amount is the one that we are looking for, the same as what we did here when we calculate the difference between inclusive and exclusive, and it give us VAT amount. The next one, they give us inclusive. Goods returned by the customer. If customer return the goods, guys, this is obvious. We didn't benefit, because when customer return the goods, you must give them their money. So they give us amount of 19,320. Let me calculate. 19,320 multiplied by 15 over 115. It's going to give us 2,520. 2,520. Okay, let me show the calculation here. It's 19,320 multiplied by 15 over 115. Very simple. The key point is whether the business has benefited or not. If you do that, you're going to get a total in this question. Bad debt recovered. When we recovered bad debts, it's more like we have received money now. If you receive money, it must come this side. They give us exactly VAT amount, no calculation, 1140 this side. Okay, and the drawings of trading stock by the owner. I want to make it clear on this one. When the owner withdraw the stock, remember, this stock that the owner is drawing, he already claimed it when we purchase it here to SARS, that we have purchased the stock, and the SARS give you the refund. But the reason why SARS give you the refund is because they know that when you sell this goods, you are going to give them something. But when you didn't sell that good, you withdraw as a owner. Now SARS will say no, because you didn't sell the goods and now you withdraw, you must give us our money back. That's why we put it under liability 138. They say that no, the owner benefited himself. It's more like he is selling to himself. So it must come this side. Okay. Then you have to take everything this side and you subtract everything this side. It will give you the total here. It will be 73 770 73 770. It's more like you are balancing on the ledger account, right? This minus this, you're gonna take this minus the rest of this, né? And you get balancing figure here of 34,860. This is payable. Why? Because you're gonna carry it down here and it will become a liability payable. The higher side is the one that we take. If the higher side we owe SARS, which means that this is payable. A payable of 34,860. Very simple, guys. Very simple and straightforward. Now we are going to do a creditors reconciliation. Guys, this one I believe that is the most simple one. It's not that difficult. Okay, let me quickly wrap and we do a creditors. But guys, don't forget, for grade 12 of 2026, if you have a brother, sisters, tell them that from 4 of December this year, 2025, we are starting with the lesson for grade 12. We are starting immediately on the 4. So we're gonna start with some basic without doing question papers. We're doing a basic so that the student can get the foundation of the company. So tell them, if you have a brother and sister, tell them to come and attend. It's gonna be 100 rand per month. Okay. Creditors reconciliation. It's gonna be like this. It's gonna be like this. Okay, here we're gonna have a creditors ledger statement of account. Is our supplier this one, our book, our company name is Kaya Store, and our supplier is PN Supply. Okay, I think I'm gonna need another space here to explain something. Let me reduce this one so that I can make it easy. Okay, remember guys, those who don't know the background of this ledger account, I want to emphasize to you, what is happening in this reconciliation is between us and our supplier. Who is our supplier? Our supplier is those whom we purchase to them on credit. So what happened on the reconciliation is that we are rectifying mistake that was either done by us as a business, or this mistake was done by our supplier. Okay, so when we record in our books, the sign are opposite. Okay, in our books, you know that when we record liability, on the debit side is a decrease, on the credit is increase. But in our supplier books, They did opposite. This is debit, this is credit. This is debit, this is credit. In the supplier side, is a plus, minus. Everything that we need to record must be the same. If we record 200 here, supplier must also record 200 here on the side of minus. If we debit, they credit. If they credit, we debit. Everything must be the same. That's why we say that at the end, these things must balance. So I'm going to teach you. It's going to be simple. Okay. The opening balances, you take the last balances from this creditors ledger and statement of account. In a creditors ledger, the balance, it was 1. There is no description that you need to write, guys. According to this answer book, you write only the amount. That's what they are going to mark. 8538. That's the balance. And from there, we're going to have transaction number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, there are 6. So you adjust according to number 6. Error, omission, and other information. Okay, now let's start with the first one, guys. When you rectify, you must also compare from the statement that they give us. Invoice 353 on 5 February 2021 was corrected according to statement. Invoice 353 on 5 February 2021 was correct according to the statement. Statement is a supply. Let's check in our statement. Don't be lazy, guys. You must check with me. Ne? Check on the date. Statement number B. On the 5, they recorded 10,800. They recorded that we purchased. That's why the liability has increased here. They recorded that we have purchased a 10,800, and they said that this one is the correct one. But from us, under number A, they recorded 18,800. They recorded more liability by mistake, which means that when you rectify in our books, because that's where the mistake happened. How do we rectify this? Very simple. You have to find the difference between 10,800 and 18,800. Okay? Which is going to give you 8,000. This 8,000, because was more added, now we have to subtract minus 8,000. We reduce 8,000 from 18,800 that they record, because 8,000 it was over recorded. Okay, we don't have more debt, we have a less. That's why we reduce. Invoice is when we purchase. Very simple. And it's 2 marks, I think. Okay, PN supplier made an error in recording the goods returned on 7 February. PN supplier made error. Our supplier made error, guys. Let's check. On the 7th, our supplier recorded 600. In our side, we recorded 600. The problem here is not amount, it's the side. Remember, when we debit, they have to credit. But when we debit, and it is original because it's a return, when we debit, they debit, and it's a plus on the debit. They did mistake. They were supposed to credit. Now, how do we rectify this? Simple. We must record it twice. The first one to cancel what they did first, and the second one to record. So, which means that we are going to subtract this twice. 600 plus 600, we are going to subtract the total of 1.2. Or you say minus 600 minus 600. It's going to give you the same negative 1.2. Very simple. Let me write 1 here, because others, when they calculate total, they are going to even calculate this one. Okay. The next one, Kaya Store entered a discount with EFT payment on 13 February 2021. PN Supply informed the business that they do not qualify for this discount. Guys, our business recorded discount, and supplier said no, they don't know anything about the discount. We don't qualify. Let's check how much discount was recorded by us on the 13. We recorded 1.140. That 1.140, it was subtracted. How to cancel it? We add it back in our books. 1140. We are the one who did mistake. Okay, I think here is 1140 here. This is minus here from 1 point, Roman figure number 2. Okay. Now, let's proceed. Invoice A417 in the creditors ledger account of PN supplier was for good purchase from LM supplier. Okay, let's check invoice A417. Invoice A417 in the creditors ledger of 6,100. They say that this one is good purchase from LM. LM is the third party. It's not the reconciliation that we are doing. It's another person. It's more like when you are in a relationship, you can't. If you are that person, I'm not sure, but some of you, I know you do that. If you are that person who date more than one person, you know very well that you can't have a meeting with two of your partners unless it's polygamy. You can't have a meeting with two partners and you become three and you discuss nicely. It can't happen. You're going to fight. So even when we do reconciliation, we only do reconciliation for one supplier separately. Once you include the other supplier, we are going to have a lot of problem here, because some will say, hey, this is not mine, this is what and wara. You see, it doesn't make sense. So you have to do it at a time. Okay, so which means that we must remove this amount. This invoice must be removed. It's minus. We have to remove it from this reconciliation. It must be recorded to reconciliation where it belongs to. Okay. This is IV. Number V is the one that we are going to. A trade discount on invoice 390 was not deducted by supply. Invoice 390. What is invoice 390? Invoice 390 in our books is 11,800 on the credit side. 11,800 is because we already removed what? A discount. But Bona, they recorded 12,908. Why? Because they say that a trade discount of invoice 390 was not deducted by supplier. They must deduct a discount here. Now let's calculate that discount. The difference between 11,800 and 12,980 is going to give you 118 of discount which supplier didn't remove. Now we remove it. Okay. And the next one, now we're going to remain figure number VI. The last one is VII. The bookkeeper transfer a debtor's balance from the ledger account of PN supplier journal to their account in the creditors ledger. Guys, on the last two transactions, and especially the last one, what we need to check is that if you check our statement, we record up to 27, but Bona they recorded up to 24, which means that anything that happened after 25, assume that the other supplier didn't record, because they record up to 24. They didn't record anything for 25 and 27. It's very simple because you just record what they recorded. Okay, we recorded general voucher in our books of 2660. Vona, they didn't record it at all. We debited it, which means that we must credit on their side. It's a minus 2660. If we debit, they have to credit. It's a minus. Even the last one, they say that the statement showed entries up to 24 February only. That's why we have to check what was not recorded. On the 27th, we recorded 7.7. They didn't record because they record up to 24. Okay, we credit, which means that if we credit, we added it. Even one they have to edit a plus 7700. So this will give us the total of 88,040 this side and the 88,040. That's how we compile creditors reconciliation. Guys, creditors reconciliation is not that difficult. If you practice 4 or 5 different questions of creditors reconciliation, I'm telling you, there is no way that you're going to fail it, because there is no trick here. No trick at all. It's all about the missing discount. It's all about recording the third party. That's the trick that we can say. But if you practice more papers, you will find that everything, those who have been watching my videos, you can see that I've done a lot of reconciliation. And those reconciliation, guys, they are running on the same issue. All of them, they are the same problem. That is easy to do what? To solve.